The night was quiet, too quiet for Emily's restless thoughts. She lay awake in her small bedroom, staring at the ceiling as shadows from the oak tree outside painted across the walls. Life had been throwing one storm after another at her lately, and she often wondered how she was supposed to keep standing when every push nearly knocked her over. Her father's health had been declining for months, and she had been working double shifts at the diner just to cover medical bills. The weight of responsibility sat heavily on her shoulders, and at just 26, she felt decades older. Her friends lived carefree lives, but Emily's world revolved around survival. One evening, after another exhausting shift, she trudged home, only to find her father coughing violently in the living room. Panic shot through her chest as she rushed to his side. "Dad, you can't keep ignoring this," she whispered, her voice breaking. He smiled faintly, trying to reassure her, but she could see the pain etched in his face. That night, when she went to pick up his prescription at the pharmacy, her world shifted. The man at the counter was someone she recognized instantly, Michael Carter. He had been her high school crush, the boy she once wrote about in her journals late at night. Life had pulled them in different directions after graduation, but here he was, standing tall in his navy blue jacket, his smile just as warm as she remembered. "Emily." His voice was deep, steady, and carried a note of surprise. She froze, clutching the prescription bag. "Michael? I didn't think you still lived here." He chuckled softly. "Moved back last year. My mom hasn't been doing well either, so here I am." The coincidence felt strange, almost fated. They exchanged numbers that night, promising to catch up. Emily didn't think much of it. Her world was too heavy to allow much hope, but Michael proved her wrong. He called the next day and then the day after. He showed up at her door with groceries when he knew she was tired. He drove her dad to appointments when her shifts ran late. And slowly, without asking for anything in return, he became a part of her days. But with his kindness came something she wasn't ready for, feelings she had buried long ago. He had a way of looking at her like she mattered, like she wasn't just a girl carrying the weight of the world. She tried to push him away, telling herself she couldn't afford to fall for anyone right now. "Michael, you have to stop," she whispered one evening when he lingered too long on her porch after bringing dinner. "Stop trying to fix everything for me. Stop making me feel like I can lean on you. Because I can't. I just can't." But he didn't stop. He kept showing up, kept reminding her that she didn't have to do everything alone. His presence wasn't suffocating, it was steady, unwavering. And slowly, Emily realized that what she was begging him to stop wasn't his help, but the way he made her heart ache with something she thought she no longer had room for: hope. Weeks passed, and their bond deepened. Emily's father grew fond of Michael, often joking that he hadn't seen Emily smile that much in years. Michael became the light in their small home, the calm in the storm. Still, Emily wrestled with herself. One night, under the glow of the porch light, she finally confessed. "I begged you to stop, and you never stopped. You kept being here, even when I pushed you away. Do you know how hard that is for me?" Michael stepped closer, his voice gentle. "I didn't stop because I see you, Emily. I see how strong you are, but I also see how tired you are. And I don't want you to carry this all alone anymore." Her walls crumbled. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to lean into someone's embrace, to cry without hiding her face. That night wasn't about romance or fairy tales. It was about being seen, being cared for, and learning that letting someone in wasn't weakness, but strength. The weeks turned into months, and Emily realized that Michael's refusal to stop wasn't a burden, but a blessing. His persistence wasn't about control, it was about love, the kind that doesn't give up when things get hard. Together, they faced her father's struggles, her financial battles, and her own fear of opening her heart. And slowly, Emily's life began to shift, not because all her problems vanished, but because she no longer faced them alone. By the end of that year, Emily no longer begged him to stop. Instead, she prayed he would never leave. Expanded full-length version continues with deep character development, flashbacks to Emily's high school memories of Michael, the difficult days balancing work and caregiving, heartfelt conversations between Emily and her father about trust and letting people in, and the evolving romance that blooms naturally over shared burdens and small kindnesses. Every scene paints resilience, the power of love and hardship, and the transformation of Emily from someone broken by responsibility to someone renewed by hope.